Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Jeffrey Epstein Show. I'm your host, Bobbycapucci, and this is a morning update. So last night we left off, we were talking about the 5 ex-Ohio State wrestlers who came forward and wrote a letter to not only the Attorney General of Ohio, but also the Inspector General of Ohio. And in that letter, they were demanding an investigation into Les Wexner and his role in what happened to Maria Farmer on his property when Maria Farmer was abused and assaulted by Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. These 5 men have come forward to stand shoulder to shoulder with Maria and demand an investigation. And we went into that last night. It was a pretty in-depth piece. We did about 33 minutes on it. So if you have not listened to last night's Daily Drop, make sure you go back, check it out, listen to it, and you'll know what I'm talking about a little bit more then. But this morning, what we're going to do, we're going to hop back across the pond this morning, and we're going to discuss a little bit more about Prince Andrew and his Pitch Palace enterprise that has completely and utterly jettisoned him from it at this point, at least in the public eye, right? Because we've heard that Prince Andrew was stepping back from, his duties, et cetera, only to find out that he's at some meeting with the Chinese ambassador over the coronavirus scare. Now, I understand that the Queen's running out of relatives to go and send on these missions because everybody's bouncing and everybody's leaving the royal family or people are getting divorced, et cetera, but you can't send a guy who is being accused of raping a trafficked girl to be your mouthpiece. It's just not the way this works, okay? Stepping back from public life means stepping back from public life. And if the Queen doesn't understand that, then maybe the Queen needs to step back from public life as well and put somebody in that position who understands what's what, who understands that the monarchy is a thing of the past, who understands that the monarchy is only surviving on the goodwill of the British people. And if they don't start to understand that, if they don't start to fall into line, and they don't start to, conducting themselves in an honorable manner, then I don't know how much longer the Windsors are for this earth. I can already see the other people, the other families that have claims to the crown are probably all, sitting around right now talking about what happens when the Windsors go. Because we know that there's a lot of upheaval with monarchies throughout history, and we know that the Windsor Mountbattens have not always, been the monarchs of England. So this is the kind of scandal that can destroy a monarchy, folks. And if Prince Andrew is still going to be out in the public view, in the public eye, and he's going to be going to high-level meetings like this as a representative of the Queen and the Crown, well, it's not going to end well for the Windsors. It is not going to end well for the Windsors. And maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon in the future, the Windsor family are going to end up losing that crown, in my opinion. And when history looks back on it, a lot of it will have to do with this stumbling, bumbling, absolute moron, Prince Andrew, and his dishonorable behavior. The article is from Business Insider, and the headline is, Prince Andrew's name is gone from the website of his startup mentoring program and more fallout from his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. Again, his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. That's just a little scratch of the surface, folks, all right? Being Epstein's friend and an enabler is horrible. There's zero doubt about it. But Andrew is in a different category. Not only did he enable, he also engaged in the trafficking ring. He also dipped his toes in places they should not be dipped, all right? He wasn't just providing cover for Epstein. He wasn't just inviting him into society. Oh, he was doing all of that, there's no doubt. But what he was doing is a whole different level. Him, Dershowitz, Minsky, et cetera, they're on a different plane because of what they're accused of by Virginia Roberts. So not only are you a scumbag for enabling Jeffrey Epstein, you're just even the scummiest of the scum for engaging in the trafficking ring with him. Pitch Palace, the mentoring platform for startups founded by Prince Andrew in 2014, has removed mention of the British royal from its website homepage. Well, that's real punishment for Prince Andrew, huh? Go ahead, get involved in a trafficking ring, enable Jeffrey Epstein. The worst going to happen, though, is we're going to remove your name from a website. That's all that's going to happen. You could still go have Lunar New Year with the Chinese. You can go and be the representative to show compassion for the coronavirus outbreak. But we're going to take your name off of this website, all right there, Prince Andrew? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Andrew defended his friendship with Epstein in a damaging BBC interview in November, during which he discussed allegations made against him by a U.S. woman, Virginia Roberts. Roberts, now 36, alleges she was forced to have sex with Andrew when she was 17 on orders of Epstein, a claim the royal denies. Many at Pitch Palace's biggest corporate backers, including KPMG, Standard Chartered, and Barclays, cut ties with it after the BBC interview. I don't even understand why Barclays would be involved in cutting ties with it. Their CEO, their guy, Jess Staley, is a huge buddy of Jeffrey Epstein's. Another billionaire enabler of Jeffrey Epstein's, okay? So for Barclays to even try and save face here and step back and say, oh, well, we're going to cut ties as well. That interview was horrible. Meanwhile, Jess Staley and Jeffrey Epstein were busy popping bottles with each other probably and discussing all of this disgusting shit. So save it, Barclays, okay? Just save it. Andrew himself stepped down from his role as head of the organization in the same month. Did he step down really, folks? Or is he just in the background still giving orders to his toadies and lickspittles? I'm probably going to say he's probably in the background giving orders to toadies and lickspittles, and he's truly not suffering from any of this, right? He's probably laughing at all of this at this point, considering his mum let him come back and be the face for the whole entire thing with China. It's disheartening, folks. You would think that the monarchy would understand the optics, but obviously they do not. Andrew found Pitch Palace in 2014, having previously served as a naval officer. Essentially a networking platform that connects startups with potential investors, Pitch at Palace counts the voice assistant startup Whopper and the e-learning software provider Proversity among its alumni. As reported by The Telegraph, the homepage of the Platinum's website used to say, the Duke of York founded Pitch at Palace to provide a platform to amplify and accelerate the work of entrepreneurs. Who would want to work with Prince Andrew? I honestly, I can't see anyone wanting to work with this guy. Even if I was destitute, indigent, living in the street, not with $1 to my name, I would not want help from Prince Andrew. The guy is an absolute and utter scuzzball. An utter scuzzball. And all you have to do is listen to the things that the people have said about him that have worked for him at the palace, people that have waited on him hand and foot at the palace. He is the epitome of elite, folks. He is the epitome of what is wrong with these elites. Though those words have been removed from the site, some images of Andrew do remain. Given Andrew's obvious association with Pitch at Palace, it will face a steep challenge in distancing itself from him. So, okay, they take down his name, right? All right, we're taking down your name there, Prince Andrew. Your name's coming down. But meanwhile, there's still pictures of him on the website. Look, he is obviously still involved with all of it. He is obviously still involved with royal duties. He is obviously still involved with Pitch at Palace. He is obviously involved in all of this stuff. Until we get some real evidence that proves that he is not involved with this stuff, that's the premise I'm going on. Because there's just too much here, folks. For somebody that was supposed to be out of the public eye, there sure is a lot about Prince Andrew in the public, isn't there? The meeting with the Chinese. It's just a lot. It's a lot for me to believe that Prince Andrew is truly being punished at this point. It's all to save face, folks. It is all to save face. And we know that the royals, maybe more than anybody else, they have to save face, right? They have to have that royal air. This is bad news for them, for people to start questioning them and for people to start looking behind the curtain and taking a look at what the royals are up to. Definitely not something that they want to happen. They want to give the air that they're this, aloof, above the fray group of people, that they're special because of their blood, when in reality, they're not. From the Queen on down, they are not special people. They're just normal people like me or you, who put their pants on the same exact way. They should not be given any special benefits or special conditions when it comes to any sort of crime. And for Prince Andrew to still be involved with the royal duties like he was with the whole Chinese thing, that's just bad news, folks. It's bad for optics, and what it does is it makes us just continue to pull back the curtain and take a deeper look. Because if you're enabling him, Queen of England, well, then we're going to have to start looking at you to see what you're involved in as well, because all of you people are in bed together and it's gross. As Pitch at Palace Global looks to its future opportunities, it is taking the first part of 2020 to refresh the brand, centralize its vision, and move forward with an impactful program for the coming year. Its homepage said on Tuesday. The updated website to reflect the new position will be launched in spring 2020. And if you think Andrew was not going to have anything to do with that, I don't know what to tell you, because Prince Andrew is certainly still involved with his royal duties, obviously, and his pictures are still all over at this Pitch at Palace, even though they removed his name. So you removed his name, but you kept his likeness. That makes a lot of sense. Here's an idea. You want to talk about cancel culture? Prince Andrew needs to be canceled, okay? Point blank, period, canceled. No more public views at all. And the most important thing for Prince Andrew is he needs to speak to the FBI ASAP. And if the FBI cannot have him, if he will not come in on his own, then the FBI must compel him to do so with a subpoena. That is where we're at, folks. That is the crossroad that we are at this point with this bumbling fool, Prince Andrew. This man needs to be held responsible for what he did, and this man needs to be held responsible for his lies. If you'd like to contact me, you can do that at bobbycapucci@protonmail.com. That's BOBBYCAPUCCI@protonmail.com. Also, if you would like to help support the podcast, you can do that by clicking on the GoFundMe link inside of the description box. All right, everybody, I'll be back later on with some more good stuff. I'll talk to you all later, and I hope you all have a fantastic morning.